Welcome everybody back to the Buds Podcast, episode 70. We're back here on Monday. Exciting weekend in sports. NFL went crazy. And college football, we got some surprises in the top 25 for the AP poll. First off, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. First off, we'll address the top 25 poll for the college football playoffs here. Um, we got a new person in 24 there, Joe. I'll let you take that. I feel like you should
Yeah,
be
I
the one to
can't.
talk.
I can't find the list, but I know
I
who's
got it right
24
here.
because I was like, yeah. Where are you looking at this on?
I'm on ESPN on the app.
Okay. Well, school that I've been hyping up, and the Buffalo Bulls are finally ranked. You love to see that.
Well,
I don't see him moving up any higher than 20 next week,
Crazy
but
how
you never know.
a one-person team's a top 25 ranked team.
Yeah, this is the first time they've been ranked in school history because they just don't get ranked. It's like,
A one-man
and
team.
yeah.
actually, the AP poll does not count anymore because now we're to the college football playoffs poll. So the AP poll, take it with a grain of salt, really. Um,
Uh-huh.
Coastal Carolina moved up 3 spots. They're now at 11. After beating BYU in amazing fashion. I don't know if you guys watched that game. I feel like that should be a rivalry for the
Yeah.
next couple of years. Mormons
It was
versus
really good.
Mullets. Honestly, like it was a great storyline too. So I feel like they should honestly schedule Coastal for the next
Imagine
couple.
Coastal somehow makes the playoffs. I mean, I know it's not gonna happen, but imagine.
No, it's not like they could because okay, so they play.
They
I think
could, they could, but every team in front of them would have to lose, I think.
they play Troy next week, and then they play in the Sun Belt Championship.
Liberty's
They
rescheduled.
play Louisiana
Liberty.
Raging Cajuns. So
I mean, they
and
were
they're
ranked. I
ranked.
think they dropped. No,
They're
they're still
ranked. So
ranked. Oh,
they
yeah, they're
play
ranked 17th.
they play one more ranked opponent. So they have a chance. But
I mean, if they go 12-0 here, it's definitely possible.
I don't think
Low-key
so though.
Cincinnati on the outside.
But if
Could
they go
get into
12-0,
No, they're 8-0 right now. Right now Coastal Carolina and Notre Dame have the most games played at 10.
Hmm.
They're
they're
both
both
10 and 0.
undefeated.
So yeah, I truly don't think Ohio State should make it. I don't think they. And I'm not being biased here. I don't think they should make it.
Why?
Just I feel like you have better. I feel like honestly, like not just because I don't think you should penalize them because they didn't play enough games, but like if they make it in with 5 wins, I don't think
They'd
you
be there
should.
regardless.
I don't think you should like. I think you should give a chance to like a team like Cincinnati.
I
Like
think they
that's
should
at,
expand the playoffs this year and have it like 6 or 8 teams instead of 4.
They should make it 8.
I think they should
Yeah.
just make it 8 overall, but I think just this season
mean,
is a
yeah,
good
I
good
mean,
time to.
Nah, I feel like you need Ohio State in there because they beat, like a really good Indiana team.
And
I mean, obviously
they're
that's just
blowing
only one
every
team
team
they
out,
beat.
I believe.
so
Yeah,
so
but they're blowing every team out of the water.
Ben, you're saying there should be 3 rounds. There should be first round,
I mean, I
semi,
think
and then
I think overall just there should be, but in a season where teams are mismatched in the amount of games they're playing, I
Yeah.
think that they should, because I mean, I
Go
think
ahead.
that if you look at it, Ohio State and Indiana, like Indiana almost beat Ohio State. Like they
Yeah.
were really close to. And I mean, Texas A&M got blown out by Alabama, but still think Texas A&M's a pretty good team. I think Florida's still a pretty good team too. I mean,
Yeah, and this is where it comes into like opinion based here. Like Texas A&M, great team, lost to Alabama, has no chance of making the playoffs anymore because they can't make it to the SEC championship game. They can't do any of that, so they have no chance of making it.
the only person that has a chance of making it
Is
is
Florida and Cincy.
Florida because Florida plays Alabama. So if they win, they automatically have to be in the top 4.
Yeah.
Wait, the real question is, do we find it interesting how Alabama in the AP top 25 poll, they unanimously were first. Like they got
Yeah.
all 62 votes.
They are the best team.
They
Well,
are.
no, well, no, I mean,
They've been blowing out
I would
people. They
love
blew
to
out
see.
Auburn
I would
pretty
love to see
badly. They blew
Alabama
out
and Notre Dame
Georgia.
though.
So this is
I would
something
love
to
to see
go
Alabama and Notre Dame.
to go to like what Ben's saying because people have said like, okay, what if they expand the playoffs to 8 teams? Now, what they would do is they would take each winner of each Power 5 conference. So the Pac West, Big 12, Big 10, SEC, and ACC. They would take the winner of each one of those conferences. So you would get right there. You would get Alabama. Let's just say Notre Dame.
Ohio State.
Oh yeah, Ohio State. So you got 3 right there, and then that's when it would get interesting because then you could get like UCLA.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Or the, not,
I mean,
yeah,
well, you would get Notre
USC.
Dame or Clemson.
USC. I mean,
That's when-
the only thing. Okay,
And then,
what
like, maybe
the reason
Oklahoma.
I don't really watch college football that much. And, like, I just can't get into college football because the way they crown a champion is stupid. It's 100% subjective based. It's like 5 people like deciding who gets to go into the playoffs and who doesn't. I think that's the stupidest thing.
Yeah, like honestly, I think it would be interesting if because Iowa State they're sitting at 10 right now. They could win the Big 12 if they do an 8-team playoff. They have a chance. And like
Yeah,
you're
like-
putting obviously maybe
Yeah.
Iowa State isn't the flashiest team, but maybe they pull an upset win versus
I-
like in Alabama.
Every year it's Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State most of the time gets in there. Ohio State usually loses in the first round, but they usually just get in there anyway. And then the
Yeah.
4th team is like, 1 year is Oregon, 1 year it's Notre Dame, 1 year it's like, I mean,
Yeah.
LSU won it last
It's
year,
just
but
record based.
I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, I am gonna say it. I mean, Kyle Trask from Florida is putting up like
Godlike
currently
numbers.
he's on pace to beat Joe Burrow's record, like he's on pace.
He's
'Cause
not okay. So realistically,
He has at least 2 more games.
no, realistically, Kyle Trash has
Yeah.
no. He has the last game of the regular season, Alabama.
2 more.
That's 2 right there. And then if they make it to the playoffs, he has the playoff game, and then if they win, he has the championship. He has 4 more games
wait,
possibly.
can Florida be in the SEC championship?
They already are.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
They're playing
versus
Alabama.
Oh, he plays. Okay, they're playing. Okay, so
Which-
that's why they're playing Alabama. Okay.
Which
So,
I
realistically,
they
Kyle
might
Trash
they
is-
could.
Kyle Trash has 4 more games to cement himself in college football history as one of the best quarterbacks.
So yeah, he needs 22 TDs in the next 4 games to beat. He needs 22 to tie, and
Wait, how many touchdowns did Burrow have? 50?
60. I believe. I think it was 60.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
60. I mean, I think it's possible. I think it'll be hard. I think it's very possible though.
So
Especially versus an LSU team next week, he could definitely rack up a lot.
yeah, thinking about it, he's facing LSU, Bama, possibly Notre Dame, Clemson, and then
But the thing is, that's why I'm saying we need an 18 playoff. It's just so
Yeah.
stupid. Like the
Like,
fact that
Because this year, it's probably going to be Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Clemson. Unless Florida beats Alabama, that's what it's going to be.
well, no, Ben, think about it. If Notre Dame beats Clemson again, yeah, that could be. It could change. Notre Dame could beat Clemson.
Okay,
in
but the thing
championship.
is, I'm not going to say this is 100% going to happen, but I feel like what's going to happen is that Notre Dame beat Clemson. Clemson's going to have Trevor Lawrence. I said Trevor Burrow. That'd be a weird quarterback. But Trevor Lawrence, they're going to beat him again probably, and then it's just going to be even. It's just going to be even. So
Yeah.
Notre Dame will get in probably as the 3rd or 4th seed. Clemson will get in as part of the 2 seed. Alabama, but then that's going to make it confusing because if Florida beats Alabama,
then I think it's ACC versus SEC. I think Alabama and
I think
Florida make it.
think if Florida beats Alabama, Ohio State's got to be out.
Yeah, and then
Wait a
then
minute.
then it's Bama, Notre Dame, Clemson,
Yeah,
Florida.
I wouldn't.
I'm
But if
so-
Florida beats Alabama, would Florida be number 1?
Yes, but I think Alabama drops to 4. I don't think
I would
Alabama
think
falls out.
Yeah, but
May
if
I
Notre
ask-
Dame beats Clemson again, would
Then
that
Clemson falls.
eliminate Clemson if Florida beats Alabama?
Yes, that eliminates Clemson, and then that brings into question Cincinnati.
If Cincinnati wins
wait.
out against, I think, who is it? They play
They'll
Tulsa.
play. Let me. They will play. Oh, okay. Next week they play Tulsa, who's ranked,
Yeah, who's
and
ranked?
then they'll obviously
Ranked
they'll
18.
play. They will play. Oh, and then they'll play
18?
Tulsa again.
In the
in the conference championship.
if they can beat Tulsa twice and get 10-0, with Clemson having 2 losses, Florida's going to have to get in if they beat Alabama. Like, that's the thing. If Florida beats Alabama is it next week or is it one more week after that? Oh, no.
Alabama,
Florida,
it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Florida plays LSU this week. Sorry, Nick. They're going to get killed. LSU's going to get killed. Florida's going to win that game easily.
Happening.
Like, Alabama killed them.
So realistically, let's say right now, just to wrap up this 8-man talk right here. So 8-team playoff, if it were to happen, Alabama, Notre Dame, and I'm going by like winner of conference. So Alabama SEC, Notre Dame ACC, Ohio State Big 10, and then Iowa State Big 12, and then let's just say USC Pac-12. So then you got your 5
but
right
I don't
there.
like that because then you got obviously Clemson miss. Wait, no, but will Clemson still make it?
No. Then if you do that, you get 3 wild card basically.
As your 3 other teams, you have Clemson, Texas A&M, Florida, or you could go Clemson, Florida, Cincy.
Yeah. I mean, this is how they should do it, though. Like, I hate how it's first 4 teams versus 2 teams does not mean anything. Like, it doesn't. Okay, it's barely a playoff. And I just think like you have teams down here that, I mean, first this year, I'm not saying that if USC played a full season, I'm not saying that USC would make the playoffs automatically. I'm not saying that, but because of
they would be
the shortened season for USC, USC's probably playing like 2 more games. So they might get 5-0.
Maybe something like that, yeah.
And they're playing 1 more against UCLA. They're gonna have 5 games. They're 4-0 right now.
I mean, yeah, and then if they win this next game,
yeah, they'll be 5-0,
and then they'll play in the Pac-12 championship versus a team. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, especially this season, like I feel like they should have to expand it because teams are just not. Some teams are playing 10 games like Notre Dame, and some teams are playing 5 games like USC. It's not even.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the college football playoffs is flawed. I think everyone knows that, and the fact is we complained about not having the playoffs, and now we're complaining about having a playoffs with it being too small. I do think they should have done more than what am I trying to say here? More than 4 teams in the playoffs. I feel like they could have definitely done 8. It would make it a little bit more fair. And done that 5 done the 5 power conference. I think the 5 power conference is a thing that they should do because it really involves the whole country, and I think it kind of brings what the NCAA is together. It represents it represents the entire country. You're going to have somebody from the East Coast, Midwest, the South, the plains, you could say, and then from the West Coast. You're going to have somebody from every aspect of the country, and then obviously you just have your 3 wild cards in there of the next best 3 teams. I think it's fair.
The Sun Belt is a conference to watch this year.
That's what I'm saying. No, honestly.
I mean, obviously,
some team in the Sun Belt might actually get a good bowl game this year.
No, I'm saying this now right here. Coastal Carolina gets a New Year's 6 bowl. They get one of those bowls. I'm saying that, and I think they win it. And I think they go into next year. I think they're ranked top 15 because they're fresh. Their quarterback right now, a freshman, and he's playing out of his mind.
Oh yeah, that boy is different.
Let me read off his stats right here for you. He's throwing 1,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception as a freshman. I don't care what conference you're in. If you're throwing 20 touchdowns to 1 interception as a freshman, that's insane. That's
kind of like the Jarrett Patterson fight.
Yeah, and then obviously you got
what conference you playing.
Since we're on the
these are grown men you're versing.
Since we're on the Heisman topic, or we'll get on it. Top 4 Heisman candidates right now. Go, Joe.
Put them in there.
I'm gonna name off some. I think Kyle Trask.
I want to put JP in there because no one puts up numbers. Again, I know it sounds stupid. No one puts up numbers like him. I feel like you almost have to.
The thing is, that like
I'm not gonna give you top 4, but I'm gonna give you my top 3 like favorites. I mean, obviously Kyle Trask, you have to put in there. I
I think
gotta look
Kyle
at Trevor
Travis is
Lawrence.
gonna win it. I don't
Okay.
see anybody else
You
really.
got-
I'll
yeah,
give
no,
my
actually,
top guys right now. Kyle Trash, Mac Jones playing insanely right now.
Yeah, I forgot about Mac Jones.
And then some people say Trevor Lawrence. I don't agree. I don't think he should be there.
He's
Nor do I
having
think
the
Justin
greatest
Fields should
season.
be there. I don't think he's played enough games. Um,
There's a
I do
receiver
feel
that
like
should be in
though.
there.
I do feel like though what JP has done, I feel like he deserves to be there on Heisman night. Feel like he deserves to be in those 3 people that are sitting there in New York or whatever they
I
do.
mean, the guy's putting up numbers that you just
Forget
don't
Mac Jones.
see.
I'm putting in his receiver, Devontae Smith.
That's
Oh,
facts. I forgot about Devonta Smith.
He has like 15 touchdowns or something.
I mean, also okay. Jarrett Patterson. He's in
His
top
stats are
10.
such a beautiful sight.
He's in top 10 for rushing yards, and he has played
4 games.
he's played 4 games. Is
He has
averaging
played by far the least amount of games on that list.
That's what
he
we're
is
talking
averaging the highest yards per carry in the nation at 8.6. And the person below him, okay, he has had 107 carries, 920 yards, and 16 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.6 a carry. The person below him has 27 carries, 216 yards, and 8 yards per carry. So he is literally his proficiency is amazing. You can't top it. Like, it's insane. And then I believe he has the most.
Wait, do they play like the MAC championship game this year?
Yeah, they
can?
probably will. It'll probably be.
I mean, I think it's gonna be them. They already locked the East. And
No,
it's versus Ball State or Western Michigan.
Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna be Western probably. Now then, let me look real fast.
Easy
Is
dubs.
Western versus Ball this week?
No,
Yeah. Western is versus Ball State this week. So it's whoever wins that wins the
yeah,
MAC West.
Loki or Central.
I would love to see them versus Western though, because Western is probably the best. They're by far the best team in the West. I would
Yeah.
love to see them versus Western. That would really show how good he is.
I mean, you could argue if he would have played the game versus Ohio, he could have pushed 2,000 yards this year.
I mean, I still think. I
No.
don't think he's gonna push 2,000 yards. I mean, they're gonna get. He's not gonna push 2,000 yards, but I could see him pushing 25 TDs this year. Definitely.
Because oh yeah, he
It's
will.
16
No,
right now.
because if they would have
It's
played that
16
game
right now.
versus Ohio, he would have played 1, 2, 3. He would have
3
played
games.
4 more games because he would have had the the Ohio Akron championship and then playoff.
Well, yeah, but they're not in the playoff.
So now he only has 3 games left. So now he has 3 games left to get over 1,000.
Did you say they're in the playoffs?
Or not play bowl game. Sorry, bowl game.
Oh, I was about to say.
I meant bowl game. Alright.
Are they gonna
but-
get a bowl game though? I don't think they have it.
They will.
Are they?
They have to get 5 wins.
Oh well. If they lose to Akron, they're killing Akron.
I mean,
Besides the
and
point, though.
I think they'll make it just because this is a weird year. I think they'll just get a bowl game just because it's a weird year.
Okay, I have a question about the bowl game.
Okay.
Usually, to make a bowl game, you have to get 6 wins, right?
Yeah.
It's usually the thing. Some people are not even going to play 6 games.
Yeah.
How are they going to do that?
Possibly Ohio State.
Yeah. See, that's where they're saying Ohio State won't be able to qualify, is because they're not going to have 6 games, so they're not going to be able to qualify for the Big Ten championship, and then they're not going to be able to qualify for the college football playoffs, and then they won't be able to make it. So that's all I'm saying there.
I was looking at another thing in the Big Ten championship. It's Northwestern versus.
Ohio State
I love
right
how-
now.
I mean, Northwestern's not a bad team. Yeah, it's gonna be Ohio State probably. I mean, who else?
Northwestern
Indiana.
lost versus Michigan State.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think not much else we can do until the college football playoff polls come out to really determine who's where. Because I mean, Buffalo could be higher than the 24 according to the college football playoff committee. So
Top 20.
maybe. I truly think Coastal Carolina is top 10 after that win versus BYU. But
Oh yeah.
Notre Dame should be 1.
I don't know about that. I don't know about all that noise, but all right, let's
I
take
kind
a
of want
little.
to see them verse.
Let's take a little look at the NFL. An insane day. I think majority of these games came down to the last play or like the last quarter. Majority of the games were one score games. So let's just start off with the Saints versus Falcons. Taysom Hill 3-0 as a starter could start next week. It was kind of an average game. It came down to the end. Matt Ryan threw a Hail Mary and just didn't fall down. Nothing really. It wasn't that insane of a game. It was 21-16. So, but Atlanta kept it close.
His
So.
first career touchdown pass.
Yes, that did happen, and he had like 80 yards rushing. He kind of went insane today. Yeah, he
Loves facing the Falcons.
He had 232 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and then 83 yards rushing. So, he did really good today. Then we have Lions Bears. Lions comeback win, 34-30. Stafford 400 yards. Threw an interception to a lineman. I don't know, but Trubisky. He didn't struggle. He played really good actually. It's just Bears defense kind of choked near the end, and then Bears offense couldn't produce. Trubisky did fumble
on the line side.
Yeah, I know. Darrell Bevel, he did something Matt Patricia never could, beat the Bears. So, then we got Browns Titans. Ben, you were at the game. Talk about it.
Well, I thought about leaving at halftime. I stayed, got my hopes up a little bit, and then left with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter because I was not keeping it. I mean, Titans
almost came
played
back, right?
pretty. I mean, they outscored the Browns 28-3 in the second half, and when you do that, you usually win.
Let's just say they were winning 38-7
at halftime.
38-7. This game finished 41-35. Not a pushover by any means. That's a really close game.
I mean,
by the
score is deceiving.
Yeah, the score is very deceiving.
They got killed, but
it made Baker Mayfield look like a god.
Yeah, we'll mention this when on our picks video because Brendan may be there, but that's probably the most accurate someone's ever been on this channel. Just a complete throwout. He said Baker's going in there and destroying them, and Baker went in there first half and 4 touchdowns on their head. And that's probably the most accurate someone's ever been on in one of their predictions for us. But Browns won. Browns first winning season in 13 years. So,
and they're 97% chance to make the playoffs.
And they'll lose
probably
first
make the playoffs
round
for the first time since 2002, I think.
18 years, yes.
First round.
So then we got Bengals versus Dolphins. They're
trash.
Yeah, Brandon.
I didn't watch the game since I was at Titans game, but
Dolphins
it looked pretty
frauds.
bad.
Yeah, Brandon Allen got hurt. So Ryan Finley had to come in. Dolphins kind of struggled. Tua actually passed pretty good. He had 296 today, 1 touchdown. Myles Gaskin came back for them. He had 90 yards. They look decent. I mean, obviously it was bad score 19-7 versus Bengals.
They need Fitzpatrick in there. Like, it just didn't.
They have a
it was a stupid decision going to Fitzpatrick. I mean, going to Tua instead of Fitzpatrick. It made no sense. Fitzpatrick blew out the Jets, 24-0.
I mean,
like it didn't make any sense.
I know Tua had, like 300 yards today, but still, it's versus the Bengals team whose defense is terrible.
I truly think if you make the playoffs, the only thing Tua has going for him is he hasn't thrown an interception, where Fitzpatrick has had 8. But I truly think
it's Fitzpatrick. He doesn't care anymore. He just throws the ball, it seems.
Yeah. But I truly think if you're going into the playoffs, you have to start Fitzpatrick just because he's been, depending on who you play.
Yeah,
but
Tua average 7 yards attempt.
That's not bad, actually. It's pretty good. That's about average. That's about average.
Dolphins are going to be an interesting team going into the playoffs because they're the most question mark of like what their offense is. Their offense is so weird. Their defense carries them. So,
I need to check something.
Next, we had
Was he-
Vikings versus
Was he
Jaguars
racist
in
today?
overtime.
Oh, yeah, he was pretty racist today.
Oh, yeah, he
Andrew, I
was.
see he was pretty racist today. Yeah.
Yep.
So funny.
He always is. I don't know why. It's just something that happens. He just won't throw to Devontae Parker. That's also why I hate
You
Tua
could
in
like
that style
tell
lineup.
which. You could like tell what games Tua started by looking at Devontae Parker's
Yes,
game
you
log.
can. But Vikings, Jaguars, 27-24 Vikings in overtime. I don't know if Brad is. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, nah, just
Okay.
he's up. I don't think
But
he wants
Dan Bailey missed about 3 or 4 field goals
Yeah.
extra points. So kind of almost sold them the game there, but he ended up sealing off the game. They almost lost too. I think what they heard is that they heard the Jets lost, so they decide that they can lose again.
Yeah, they can actually.
Mike Glenn's like, let me just throw a pick real quick.
Yeah, they needed to lose, so they just threw the they radioed out to Mike Glennon to throw the game real fast.
Should never be in an overtime game with a team that's 1-10. Never.
Would you like to talk about it, Brad?
I mean, Kirk's playing good. Our offense is like I think it's almost a top 5 offense. But
So you guys are producing lately.
Eric Kendricks went out pregame, so that kind of hurt us. And Mike Lennon just did Mike Lennon things and comes out of nowhere and plays good for some god apparent reason. Doesn't like throwing DJ Chark the ball at all though, so fuck Mike Lennon. But I'm gonna start a petition to Justin Jefferson for Rookie of the Year because if he doesn't win, the NFL has it rigged for quarterbacks.
I mean,
to.
he only has one
low-key,
comp.
I mean,
James
after
Robinson should
Herbert-
be the only other comp he has. That's a hot
Hold it.
take.
Hold it in,
Herbert-
Andrew. Hold it in. Don't do it, Andrew. Don't do it.
Andrew, who do you think it is?
Antonio Gibson. He has
AG
12
4.
touchdowns.
No, I think it's easily Justin Jefferson.
Bro,
He should easily
Antonio
win the-
Gibson might actually finish with like.
No, I
15
think
TDs,
think these are
actually, he
I think
will.
these are your top 5 rookies right now. You got in no order. Justin Herbert, Robinson, Jefferson, Claypool, Gibson. Top 5 rookies. Only rookies should be.
I don't think Claypool should be in it.
I think
Claypool
should be,
only has that one game where he scored 4 touchdowns. That's what makes him relevant.
and yeah, I think that's the only thing that keeps him in it is because of his touchdowns. And he does decent every once in a while. He gets catches. He still is decent. He has about 600 yards receiving, I think, and the touchdowns is what's keeping him in it.
That's yeah.
He has
I mean,
like
1,000 yards for a rookie.
Gabriel
Yes, is very
Davis.
good.
That's really good. I mean, to be honest, like the Diggs trade just seems like it worked out for everyone.
Okay, we move on to the game of the week. We got Raiders versus Jets.
Yes, sir. I love the Jets, man.
Jets were leading
Today
with-
Jets
was one
threw
of
the
those
game.
days.
They actually threw the game.
Bro, I want to let everyone know the Jets outplayed the Raiders and they lost. That was a perfect scenario. Perfect.
Okay, let me read off this stats because ESPN actually had to get sweaty here. The Jets made an unprecedented play call to end their game versus the Raiders. There were 252 pass plays meeting this criteria in the last 15 seasons, and that's final 15 seconds down by 4 to 8 points, 40-plus yards to the end zone. They were the first defense in the last 15 years to send 6+ pass rushers in this situation. Not only did they send 6+ pass rushers, they put a undrafted rookie on by far one of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL.
That's the best defensive coordinator in the league for you.
That's why I love that defensive coordinator because he knew that we needed to lose, and then Adam Gase was like, "I'm gone after this year, so I might as well try to fuck things up."
That's why his players all
And-
leave.
Yeah,
It-
like Adam Gase is like, and so Greg Williams is like all taking it to my hand, call some stupid ass play. I loved it though.
It makes no sense.
Beautiful.
All right, then we
didn't.
got
To be honest, the Jets are the Detroit Lions of the back then. The Jets are just fucking up players that they get. Like the Lions fucked up Calvin Johnson, they fucked up Barry. Now the Jets are just kind of taking that over.
they don't have anybody to fuck up anymore.
Oh, they fucked up Jamal
Yeah, it's bad.
Adams.
They don't have anyone to fuck up.
Jamal's
Fuck
better
them
now.
up.
Like
the only-
Joe,
Yeah.
no offense, but like
From-
they don't have any star
Jamal
power.
was great, and now he's Jamal was great, and now he's just even better now.
Dude, like I'm gonna be honest, like there's right now, even though you have the #1 pick, I still see zero future for the Jets.
the management.
No,
They need,
that is false. No, because you don't watch the team. Mackay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He is
You're one
of the best
offensive
rookie
lineman.
left tackles in the game.
You're
Yeah,
one
and
offensive
Mims
lineman.
and Mims is playing great, but you don't
yeah,
watch the
Mims.
games, so you would not
I
know.
will agree.
I've seen that
Yeah,
he's
Mims is
doing
I
playing
don't
good.
want, but the thing is, I don't
But your
want to
fucking
watch the
quarterback.
Jets.
Exactly. They're not.
The
They
running
shouldn't be
backs
on
were
national
great.
TV. Fucking
The running
Frank
backs were-
Gore is your fucking running back.
No,
My fucking I'm
no,
as
again. Ty Johnson had 100 yards today.
see who
Yeah,
I don't mean to
former
be an
Lion.
owl, but who?
Okay, it's
Former
the
Lion.
future.
It's the future. You have zero of it.
Okay, let's move on to this next game. We got Colts versus Texans. Colts just kind of dominated. Texans kept it close the whole game, but
And they could have scored in the end, but
yeah,
Texans fumbled.
yeah. I think
Good tank
Texans-
job.
I think the
Huh?
Colts kind of got
Well,
that.
Nick, they can't even tank because Miami has their first round pick.
Yeah, they're just trying to screw the league up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really all the Texans can do at this point is just kind of mess with the league. They don't really have. They're not making the playoffs.
They'll probably beat the Titans last
Go ahead,
week.
give Miami another good player.
Yeah. Rams Cardinals. Cardinals came out pretty hot, but then Rams just clapped back and Rams 38-28. Put the Cardinals at 6-6, and that did move the Vikings into the playoffs there. So
Which they won't stay, but
but yeah, so good win there by the Rams. Then we have the upset of the week that no one saw coming, except maybe B Wood if he would have stayed with his
Let
pick
me
there.
tell you,
No,
you know,
My friend was talking about it. Actually, when I was thinking about it, I was like, it actually could happen because the Giants' defense is actually very underrated.
Yeah, Giants.
Colt
They're a
McCoy.
top 5 defense.
yeah.
We've said that, but
Yeah.
Giants completely.
James
shut-
Bradbury might win the defensive player of the year is a throw up now. Honestly,
Not really.
it's a true throw up now because you can make a case for someone like Xavier Howard. You know,
Jeff Okuda.
what is this? What does everyone say that? What is every like? I see that on Twitter like Jeff Okuda's
Because he can't guard. He's a shit player.
He's the best corner in the
Oh,
draft.
really?
So we're giving up on him after 1 year.
Brad, I never wanted to draft him. If we look back in our first video we ever posted on this channel, I said I wanted Isaiah Simmons.
I mean, we do have video evidence. You said he was going to win Defense Rookie of the Year, though.
Yeah, that's because I bought it. I bought into the hype, but
I didn't, dude. I wanted fucking Jalen Rieger over Justin Jefferson, so I mean, I'm kind of happy.
yeah, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, I wanted Mims and Rieger over Jefferson, but Jefferson's goated, so.
So then we got Packers versus Eagles. Packers won handedly, but Eagles did bring in Jalen Hurts, and from what is being talked about, it could be Jalen Hurts versus Taysom Hill next week. And
That's a tricky thing. That's a tricky thing because what are the Eagles going to do with Wentz's contract now?
that exactly. No, it's not like anyone wants to take that.
Yeah.
Some
And
team
not
might.
even a bad
I
team.
saw some trolls say the Jets should trade two first round picks for Carson Wentz so he can be the backup. He can start in front of Lawrence. I was like,
Wentz will go to a team like
I must have
the
read that.
Colts or the
Must have read that.
Steelers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe. Or like a team where you got an aging vet like that he can maybe back up for a year to kind of gain
Yeah,
that
but
confidence.
are you gonna pay
Or
that
the
much to
Atlanta
have an aging-
Falcons.
Yeah, honestly, the Falcons would be an interesting team for him.
I think if Jalen Hurts plays good next week, he'll get to start the rest of the year, and then like if he's just rolling, I think they're gonna keep him and just try to figure out something
Like,
to do with Wentz.
Carson Wentz is the type of guy where he needs weapons around him. That's the only way he's going to do good.
Yeah, which
Well,
is
Like,
that-
Okay.
he's not like
That's true.
no,
That's like
because I know that's most quarterbacks in the league, but there's some
Yeah.
quarterbacks that like don't need like.
well,
they-
then
their
I'm
team
gonna
can be
call
injured and they're
Carson
really
Wentz
good.
special ed of the NFL. I mean, yeah, give him Calvin Johnson. Anyone's gonna do good. I can do good with Calvin Johnson as my fucking receiver.
yeah. Like all you need to do, like, yeah, if I have a
Yeah,
if I had a
yeah,
6'5",
But then you got a guy like Matt Ryan who like has like all the weapons in the world and like
it's
It's a wash season because I think they got rid of their coach kind of too early.
who, the Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they wanted to get rid of Dan Quinn, and I think them getting rid of him then was.
I think,
no.
dude, I
Brad,
honestly think the Falcons are gonna take the Titans OC.
No. The Falcons are hiring the guy they have right now. They want to keep him. They hired him. He was an outside hire. He wasn't an inside
They're
guy.
4-3 with him right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the Lions need the Titans OC too. They need an offensive coordinator.
No, I think we're either going after obviously the Chiefs.
I don't think the Chiefs OC's want to leave.
No. The Chiefs. The Chiefs will force him out because the Chiefs get a 3rd-round pick if he signs somewhere else as a head coach.
Oh, is it because he's?
Because the minority program that the NFL started.
But you're not running. You can't run the same. I'm just saying, like, your offense won't be the same then if he's calling the plays.
No, but I mean, you'll see if he leaves, you'll see if it's Andy Reid actually making them that good or this guy. So
It's definitely Andy Reid because their defense is good too.
What was that?
What did we say?
I don't know.
okay.
The Jets need to fire Adam Gase.
Yeah.
They're keeping him so they can get the first pick. I don't know why no one understands this.
Let's talk
Like,
about this.
like
Just
Like,
move
you
on to the
understand-
night game. Just move on to the night game.
Yeah. So Patriots 45-0. They
Yeah.
completely blew out the Chargers.
We're not even gonna talk about that game. Like it
Yeah.
was
Patriots they didn't really do anything on offense. They had, it was mainly their defense that made production for them and everything. So, and then Chiefs versus Broncos, 22-16. Chiefs just pulling out a close game like normal. They didn't score many touchdowns. They scored I think 2.
scored one.
One?
They had
No,
5 field
wait.
goals.
Yeah, they scored 1. Yeah, 1 to
Clinched a
Travis Kelce.
playoff berth.
So
Reports are that Vic Fangio is going to be out.
I mean,
I saw a tweet on the thing that said that the players were yelling for Fangio.
huh? I mean, he's not a bad coach, I don't think, but definitely, I feel like I don't know.
Someone sent that.
I thought Drew Lock
yeah,
was the
it was
answer,
24.
but I don't know.
24 said hearing reports that a huge breakout in the Broncos locker room, and Vic Fangio's lost his team, and they're yelling vulgar language and audible from outside the locker room. Fangio's name came up multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Drew Lock was the answer, but now that never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we got in this
I'll say
video
that
off
different
here.
time.
Gonna kind of cut it close, but yeah, we'll obviously go in a little bit more. We're doing a video every day, so we'll be able to talk about as much as we can here. So you guys could like and subscribe. That would help out a lot, and we'll see you guys for the film room and picks in a couple days.